Let's have a look at how to frame a video. And when I say frame a video, I mean create a space around the outside of the video itself for text or decorations or color or some other thing to help it stand out in your social media feeds. I'll do it using Camtasia, and we'll have a look at that next. Stay tuned. When you're scrolling through your social media feeds on LinkedIn or Facebook or other platforms, and you see videos that are framed, it can be a scroll stopper. It can be something that grabs your attention and makes you want to have a second look and possibly watch. So it's a really great strategy. And the other reason I like to frame videos is with YouTube Shorts now. What happens there is, if you're familiar with YouTube, typically when you upload a video, you create your own thumbnail. So it can help people decide whether or not to click and watch that on the YouTube platform. But with Shorts, it's a lot like TikTok or Instagram Reels, where you're shooting vertical video. And what happens is they go on to the Shorts shelf, which is only viewable on mobile on YouTube. And YouTube actually selects a thumbnail for you. So when people are scrolling through on the Shorts shelf, they may see your video, but if there's nothing but your face on that video, nothing to grab their attention, they may just swipe on by onto something else. So framing a YouTube Shorts video, because YouTube is selecting a thumbnail from someplace within that entire 60-second video, 60 seconds or less, that may just help grab some attention on the Shorts shelf. This video is a 60-second, actually just under 60-second video shot in vertical format. I've got it here in my media bin, and I'm just going to drop it in on the second track here. And the reason I'm going to do that is because you'll see in a second. This is full size now, and if I look at the project settings, so because this is vertical video, the width is 608 and the height is 1080. If this were a standard video, HD video, it would be 1920 in width by 1080 in height. And I'm going to go and scale back the size to 75%. Now the video is in the center of my screen and I've got some space around it. I'm going to go to my annotations and I'm going to find a shape to put in on track 1. Because when you create video and when you edit video in an editor like this, a linear editor as we sometimes call them, everything you add as you layer it, everything that is on top covers what's underneath. So the video in this case is going to cover the square shape. I'm just going to expand it here so that it runs the entire length of the video. I'll just shrink up the view a bit there. Run that the entire length, and we can see here that this indicates the size of the square. I'm just going to expand that now, and you'll see, because it's the color white, as I'm expanding it, it is showing now the video itself in the center of the screen at 75% of its original size with this white frame around it. Now I can change these colors if I so choose. Maybe I don't like white and I want to have something, let's say light blue, for example. I can go and do that. Now I've got a light blue frame. This video is called Always Be Camera Ready. So I'm going to add that now in the frame. I'm going to pull some text over from the annotations menu. I'm going to add a text box on top here, and I'll just expand that to the width of the entire frame. And I'm going to double click and add some text. Let's see, I'll make it all caps. Always, well, all caps. Always be, and I'm going to add a second text box at the bottom. Just expand that one out to the width of the full frame as well. Camera ready. I think what I'll do is make those bold, just because it's more noticeable. And that white may or may not be noticeable. Maybe I want to make it a different color. Let's make it a shade of red. Why not? Red is handy. Now in my media bin, I've actually got a camera image as well, so I can just put that into the frame too, just to add a little bit of something extra. What I'll do here, I think, is just move this text over to the right, and I'll just pull it in a little bit. There we go. Always be camera ready, and great. I'm just going to make sure now down on the tracks, I'm going to expand the images, the image of the camera, as well as the text to the full length of the video. And now, as I run through this 51-second video, we should just see the video play within the frame. So let's have a look. Perfect.
Believe it or not, I'm camera ready.
So that's great. I'm now going to render this video. So I'll click on export. I'm going to make it a local file. Custom production settings, we'll make it an MP4, which is pretty standard for videos these days. I don't have any thumbnail for this one because remember, it's a YouTube short and YouTube selects the thumbnail itself for these. I'm going to call it Always Be Camera Ready, and I'm just going to add shorts to the title because it is YouTube shorts. Click next. Project title, Always Be Camera Ready Shorts. Perfect. Now I've got a finished product to upload to YouTube. So there it is, a framed video. Now you can change the dimensions to suit any social media platform. Let's say Instagram, for example. You just have to make sure it's square if you're using the standard Instagram profile posts. It could be 640 by 640, for example. If you're doing a post on Facebook or LinkedIn, it's actually not a bad idea to use a square format as well, because it takes up more space in the feed, so you may have a better chance of getting attention as people are scrolling through. Otherwise, a standard video will work just fine also. I hope that helps you get a little bit more attention out of your social media video posts. All the best.